Hey everybody, this is Dean and welcome to Photo Blue. Today I thought I'd give you a quick overview of how to use masks or masking in Lightroom Classic by Adobe. So the first thing we're going to do over here is you want to go to the Develop tab after you've selected your photograph, and there's this dot here, and if we click on that, that brings up all the masking options. And you can see we can select by subject, select the sky. You can use the brush, which is kind of freestyle, whatever you want. You can use a linear gradient or a radial gradient. A radial gradient creates a circle or ellipse that's feathered off at the edges, and a linear gradient is to do kind of like a horizontal area that's gradiated or feathered. Color range, which if you click on a particular color range, it will select everything in that color range, and luminance range, which will select everything in a particular luminance. Furthermore, you can add things to these. So if I select the subject, I can also add the sky to it, and we can invert them and stuff. So let's just give a quick example. We're going to select the sky in this particular photograph, and you can see that it's turned it red. That's where the mask is up there. Now we can right click on the mask and we can invert the mask, and so we've got everything that is not the sky, or what Lightroom thinks is not the sky. You might have to use a brush to touch up certain areas, because the AI is pretty good on this, but it makes some mistakes. So the other thing we could do is we can actually add and subtract to this. So if we subtract and we go select the subject, it's going to find it, and then it's going to subtract most of this building. It knows this is a building and it's probably the subject, so it's subtracted most of the building here. So we've now subtracted the sky and the building and just have the foreground here. So that's the way that you can select these things. So if we go back, let's just undo this. Alright, so if we go back to the beginning and start over again, I'm going to go here, select this dot, and I'm going to go select the subject, which is this building. Like I said, once again, it will select what it thinks is the subject, and you may have to use the brush to add or subtract to that. So right here we have all the things, all the effects that it will do with the masking here. So like, for example, if we go down to hue here, we can change the hue of the building. But we also have a lot of other effects, like we can change the sharpness of it. We can either make it sharper or less sharp. You can see it kind of blurs when I go over to the one way, and it sharpens when I go over to the other way. We can do the same thing with noise and such. We can go here and just do anything on the shadows, or we could actually go to saturation and totally desaturate it and make it black and white. So we can use any of these controls here, including the temperature, so we can actually warm things up and cool them down. Have to turn the saturation back up, of course. So we can warm things up and cool them down if we want to. And so we can do this to any selected area that we've created a mask for. So that's how you use masks in Adobe Lightroom. I'm Dean, and this has been Photo Blue, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.